Well, guess what? It's happening again. Just think about it. Remember the 90s? The internet boom? When most of us were just trying to figure out what dial-up even meant. Then came the 2000s, the digital business boom, which gave us giants like Facebook and Uber, while so many others were still on the sidelines. And now, all signs are pointing to this AI revolution, a super-fast merger of humans and tech. The pattern is crystal clear. The people who get in early on these shifts always get a massive head start.
So, here we are again. But this time, well, this time is different. There's one huge factor that changes the entire game: the absolutely insane speed of it all.
To really get what I'm talking about, let's just look at the numbers. To get its first 1 million users, it took a company like Netflix about 3.5 years. Okay, a few years later, Facebook comes along and does it way faster. They hit that same million user mark in just 10 months, so you can already see the pace picking up. Then Instagram just blows that out of the water, getting to 1 million users in only 2.5 months. The acceleration is just dramatic at this point. And then there's ChatGPT. It reached 1 million users in 5 days. That speed is so blistering that most people, and honestly, a lot of businesses, they just can't keep up. And that creates a gap. And inside that gap, that's where the opportunity is. And this chart, it shows you that gap perfectly. Even with all that explosive growth, a whopping 44% of businesses in the US are still not using AI. That right there is your early mover advantage. The window is wide open because almost half the market hasn't even walked through the door yet. So the big question is, how do you actually position yourself for this? Well, the source material we're looking at points to a classic, time-tested strategy. Instead of trying to pick the one big winner, you invest in the very backbone of the whole revolution. They call it the picks and shovels strategy. Just picture the gold rush, right? You could risk everything betting on one single miner to find gold, or you could be the person selling the picks and shovels to everybody. That way, it doesn't matter who strikes it rich, you're making money no matter what. In this AI gold rush, it means you're investing in the essential stuff that all AI companies need to even exist. The source breaks this down into 5 key pillars. First, you've got the cloud and hardware systems. That's the digital backbone. Then the actual data centers that house everything. Next, cybersecurity, because you got to protect all that data. Then robotics, which brings AI into the real world. And finally, semiconductors, the little chips that power absolutely everything. All right, first up, cloud and hardware. This is basically the digital real estate where AI lives. The source suggests looking at ETFs. Think of them as baskets of different stocks, so you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. For instance, something like QQQ gives you broad tech exposure, while SKYY is laser-focused on cloud companies. Next, data centers. A lot of people think the cloud is just up there somewhere, but it's not. It's stored in huge physical buildings full of servers. This is the literal real estate of the AI boom. And you can invest in it through ETFs like DTCR and SVR, which focus on these companies. Okay, so as we keep pouring more and more of our sensitive data into these AI systems, what becomes absolutely critical? Protecting it. That makes cybersecurity a total non-negotiable. The source points to ETFs like CIBR and Hack, which are all about the companies building these digital fortresses. Now for robotics. This is where AI gets physical, where it gets its hands dirty, moving from the screen into our world. We're talking about automation on factory floors, AI-guided machines in hospitals. It's happening everywhere. To get exposure here, the source mentions ETFs like BOTZ and ROBO. And finally, we get to the absolute bedrock of it all, semiconductors. You just can't have cloud computing or data centers or advanced robots without these powerful little chips making them work. They are the fundamental building block. And the source gives examples like SOXX and SMH, which focus on this supercritical sector. But listen, this whole thing isn't just about investing your money. The opportunity is so much bigger. It's also about how you can build your business and seriously level up your career. For all the entrepreneurs watching, the source lays out 3 really clear paths. 1, you can create a totally new product that's powered by AI. 2, you can start consulting and help that 44% of businesses that haven't adapted yet. Or 3, you can just start integrating AI into your own existing business to make it way faster and more efficient. And what about your career, your job? This slide, man, this one really hits home. On the left, you see the fear everyone talks about. I'm going to be replaced by AI. But on the right, that's the real threat.
being replaced by someone who knows how to use AI. The secret isn't to be afraid of it, it's to master it. That's how you make yourself indispensable.
So as we start to pull this all together, the big takeaway is this. The shift is happening, and it is not slowing down for anyone. That window of opportunity is open right now, and the momentum is only getting stronger.
Now, I know what some of you are probably thinking. What about an AI bubble? Is this all just hype? And the source addresses that head on. Yeah, could there be a short-term market correction? Absolutely, but that's totally different from the long-term trend. Remember, the internet survived the dot-com bust, and AI is way too fundamental to just disappear.
And there's another thing pouring fuel on this fire: government action. The source points out that the Trump administration stated a goal to win the AI race. What this tells us is that a ton of capital, both from the government and private sectors, is going to keep flooding into AI, which is only going to speed things up even more. So we're seeing this technological leap happening at a pace we have never, ever seen before. It's creating this massive opportunity gap for anyone willing to jump in and keep up. The technology itself isn't going to wait, which leaves just one critical question for you. What are you going to do about it?